What's up, guys? Sophs here, and welcome to part 2 of my Pretty Little Liars season 6. Now, I will be reviewing half of season 8, which is only 10 episodes. 10 episodes, of course. And just a reminder, you can get season 6 now on DVD. You can check it out on Netflix as well, and you can also buy it on iTunes as well. So go check them out. So I'm just going to be reading from where it is on here, so I'm going to have to move some of these around, but it's all good. So shall we get started? So basically, after trying to escape the dollhouse in season 5 finale, Charles punishes Emily, Hannah, Spencer, Aria, and including Mona, who we all find out that is alive in the season 5 finale, subjecting them to various types of torture while Allison, Ezra, Caleb, and Toby try to find a way to find the girls. Andrew becomes a suspect after being reported missing. Realizing what Charles is planning to do with Allison, the liars hatch a plan to get out of the dollhouse by setting his vent on fire, which was Charles' his secret little room that he had home videos of Jason, Ali, and Jessica De Laurentiis as when they actually had his birthday. Where was I? The plan worked successfully, and the girls got out of the dollhouse, and they met by Allison, Ezra, Caleb, Toby, and the police. Andrew is arrested and accused of kidnapping the girls. So just go back to when the girls escaped. There was another girl there, and that was Sarah Harvey, who went missing the same time that Allison did, and she is found in there, and it's seen that she's been there for over 2 years, which is very, very incredibly interesting. And the girls were, however, they were far from okay. They all suffer from PTSD from their captivity in the dollhouse. So, as we're moving forward, reportedly have been, like I said, she's been there for 3 years. Unable to deal with her home life, she runs away and she stays a while with Emily, and that's Sarah Harvey. Meanwhile, Ali tries to get answers out of her dad about Charles De Laurentiis, but he insists that there's no one of that name in his family. And yes, he lies. However, Jason remembers Charles as his imaginary friend when he was a kid. Later on, Andrew is released from police custody because of lack of evidence, and it was basically revealed that he was not Charles and he was not A. And continuing, after discovering a photo of Mrs. De Laurentiis with Jason and another boy, Allison and Jason found out that they had an older brother that was in fact Charles. Ali's dad explained that Charles tried to hurt Allison when she was a kid, and he was admitted to Raleigh for a diagnosis, and he died when he was 16. Which we all know that that's incredibly not true. Where was I? Sorry, guys. The liars then searched Raleigh for answers, discovering that there was another person who visited Charles in Raleigh. Allison's great arc, how Allison, Jason, and Hannah and Spencer later discovered that there was Charles' grave in her yard. Meanwhile, Mona later returns to Rosewood, heavily questioned by the police about her actions, while her friendship with Leslie is thrown because of her involvement with Mona's actions. It is later on revealed that Leslie was a former patient at Raleigh and was roommates with Bethany Young, leading the girls to suspect that Leslie may be a Mona. However, tells them that she was only pretending to be stable, that Charles will fake his own death. So in the first part of this entire season, you see that come into place throughout the whole in season 8 as well. When the girls find out that Charles was coming home to the De Laurentiis' house for his birthday, they created a plan to catch him as he's set to meet with Jason. However, it completely backfires when the police arrive. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Don't mind me, I'm just yawning like I do. So basically that completely backfires, and we can see also that Spencer was going also for a very bad time, and his gummy bears will feed to Toby, and it's just a really bad episode for Toby and Spencer. Anyway, so where was I? There we go. So basically, Rosewood High definitely bans the girls for going to their senior prom, and the girls were devastated. They weren't gonna go there because of the fact that they were a great risk to the students, which I don't think is fair, regardless of what someone's going through. I know the girls worked their asses off for like 4 years trying to get through all the shit that they were going through. I don't like it when schools do that as excuses. This just pisses me off, man. Anyway, and they're also banned from graduation after an incident at Aria's photo gallery contest, which is them all on a slab where Charles had them, and it was horrifying. It was really horrifying for them. Hannah discovers that the company who gave her a scholarship was associated with Radley and Mr. De Laurentiis. She and Spencer decided to return the money to the company when they meet Reese Matthews, who then later suspected to be Charles. The girls also became suspicious of Aria's friend Clark. So there we go. Believing that he may be working for Charles when they saw him following Reese into the warehouse. Despite being banned, the girls head over to the prom when they discover Allison was milling Charles there, and supposedly Charles kidnapped Allison at proms, and the girls begin searching for her along with Ezra, Toby, Caleb, Sarah, Mona, and Clark, who is actually an undercover cop, basically. So working with Mona and Sarah, the girls finally infiltrate A's lair, where they discover a live feed of Allison's coming face to face with Charles, who is obviously, it's revealed that it's CC Drake, which is Charlotte Drake. Basically, she begins to reveal her story and motives regarding when she was born as Charles and not being accepted by her father, which she believed that she was a girl. Now, this is massive for the transgender community, because so many people were up and down about this, and as someone who's friends with a transgender person, like, they have hard time wanting people to accept themselves, and just to see how beautiful this story is. So I will continue. by her father for believing she was a girl. She was sent to Raleigh, where she was eventually transformed into Charlotte. She also explains led to Mrs. Kavanaugh's death. So basically, Bethany pushed her off of Radley, so it was her fault that she died, which broke my heart. It just broke my heart. And which made her relationship with Bethany incredibly different, and she was basically responsible for Mrs. Kavanaugh's death. So I'm gonna leave it here. For our relationship with Bethany got strained, and she technically was getting blamed for her death, which was not true. Where I was, there we go. The events regarding the night that Allison disappeared, the deal she made with Mona, the events at the burning lodge when Wilden died, and the events in New York and their mother's death as well. She explained what she did, and everything came just to be closer to her family. And she became when she thought that the liars weren't happy about Allison's so-called death. So she was supposed to make them suffer for it, but couldn't stop the game because she grew obsessed with it. Cece also revealed that that Sarah is both the other Redcoat and the Black Widow, under the orders of Cece, Charlotte's orders. Leaving Emily distraught, Cece heads to the roof to commit suicide after her bomb fails, which I think that scene was epic. It's like this becoming to a bomb, and then it's like, damn, and then Spencer defused a bomb that even I was impressed by it. Like, was I the only one? Probably not. But anyway, and then Emily slapped Sarah in the face because she basically was lying to her. That doesn't surprise me. But Allison and the girls convinced her to stop, and by saying now they understand why she became A. I think we all understand why she became A. And then surrenders and declared the game was over. On the Labor Day weekend, the girls said goodbye as they were leaving the college, and Allie stayed in Rosewood. So basically, remember, there were 10 episodes for each part of season A and season B of season 6. Just to conclude on this part of the season summary, because I have to go into another part of this, I think is very, very, very interesting. I'm just amazed by it. Well, guys, I'm going to go into the second half of the season summary, which is season 6B, and I'll catch you all right in a few seconds or so.